Hello everybody, my name is Short205 and welcome back to another exciting episode of Dragon Ball Super What If, Haru of the Stars. Now that we have finished the Tournament of Power, you're probably wondering, what's next? What can we do now? Well, I can tell you that the Prison Planet Saga and the Dragon Ball Super Broly Saga are still in development at the moment. I just need to wait for episode 6 to fully finish off the saga, plus I need to wait until Dragon Ball Super Broly comes out on DVD release before I release it, so I don't reveal any spoilers to the fans. So, I thought that today I would talk about a little something extra special, because while there are some villains that may make it into the story in the original canon and manga, there may be some villains that might have been left out which could play a vital role in the Haru universe. So, today I'm going to be talking about the movie villains, and I'm just going to warn you beforehand, although Cooler is in the Prison Planet Saga, he's not in the main timeline. So, you can consider Cooler to be like a prisoner of time in this particular saga. But villains like Garlic Jr., Janemba, they all exist in the Haruverse, as well as Android 13. But, you know, instead of talking about it, why don't I just, well, don't do about it, because in this, it's been so long since I did a Haru of the Stars video, and I just thought, seeing as that Christmas was closing in, might as well do a couple more before Dragon Ball Super Broly, the Dragon Ball Super Broly Saga and the Prison Planet Saga. So, without any further ado, and one more thing, just before we start, there's going to be a GT Saga included in the Haru of the Stars universe. Don't worry, I will try to fix anything if I can. So, if you would like me to fix anything from the GT Saga, be sure to comment down below if you do. If not, then I will do my best to make GT even better than the original GT in the Haruverse, despite it being a what if. So, without any further ado, let us begin the special what if. Well, technically episode 8, but nonetheless, let us look into the villains that made it in for all the way from the movieverse. Let's begin. So, the first movie villain to make it on the list is none other than Garlic Jr. Now, the events of the Dead Zone happened before episode 1 of Haru of the Stars, so I won't go into full detail, but basically, like in the Dead Zone movie, Garlic Jr. was brought into the Dead Zone via Goku, Piccolo, and Gohan, like, just as in the original film, but then he returned and he unleashed the black water mist onto the earth, turning its people into vampiric monsters, sort of like vampires, one might say, I don't really know. Haru, Gohan, Piccolo, and Krillin were able to defeat Garlic Jr.'s minions one after another and destroy the Makio Star, sending the immortal demon back to the Dead Zone for whence he came. And in this particular saga, this is actually where Krillin gets a girlfriend, even before 18. This girlfriend happens to be Marin, who apparently is, well, she's just a dang waste of time. Like, she enters Krillin's life only to leave it by, you know, going and seeing another boyfriend. And though Krillin was going to be stern about his breakup, she just left him, just like that. But, you know, with Haru's support, I'm sure Krillin will be able to get through this. I really hope so. So, the next movie character is, of course, the one and only Android 13, yep. And this happens in a time placement similar to that of the original Broly, but this is replacing all the plot of the legendary Super Saiyan and being replaced with the Android 13 story. So, during the wait for the Cell games, a city was attacked by androids. Goku and Haru went towards the destruction to find the culprits, but the culprits were none other than Android 14 and 15. They're in there as well. So, they took the fight to a nice glacier to settle the score, when suddenly Trunks came from the sky to help Goku and Haru just in time before Android 15 was about to hit Haru from behind. But another android appeared, and that android was none other than the hillbilly Android 13. Look at my trucker hat. And so with his arrival, Android 15 fought Haru, and 14 fought Trunks, leaving Goku with Android 13, until Vegeta, Gohan, and Piccolo showed up to help our heroes in time. With the decisive battle, 14 and 15 were destroyed by Trunks and Vegeta, just like the original, but Android 13 absorbed their parts, turning into Super Android 13, completely battering Vegeta, Trunks, Piccolo, Gohan, and Haru in the process. But of course, Goku, like in the original, was indeed on the ropes, but not too much of the ropes, because if you remember, he was in the hyperbolic time chamber with Gohan for a long time, so it wasn't too much damage like the original. So then he uses the Spirit Bomb with his Super Saiyan form in order to finish off Android 13, completely disintegrating him and saving the world. Well, at least until the Cell games, that is. The time placement, yeah. Good luck with that, Goku. So, the next movie character to make it into the Haruverse is none other than the space pirate himself, Bojack. And to be fair, Bojack can actually be considered to be canon because it takes place after the Cell games. It fits perfectly well between the Majin Buu saga and the Cell saga, so I don't see a reason why it shouldn't be canon, but nevertheless, Bojack is canon, and now we are ready to begin. So, basically, what happens is, this happens after the Cell games, like, Haru, Gohan, Krillin, Trunks, and Tien do enter the tournament. Tien loses to Trunks, and during the finals, Bojack and his gang of criminals attack Mr. Satan's tournament, and so the Z fighters fought the Space Pirate with all their might, but if you've seen the movie, have failed in the process. So, instead of Krillin fighting Zangia, this time it was actually Haru who fought Zangia, after Krillin. So, and of course this was all while Gohan was taking care of Bojack. So, and all this happened after Vegeta and Trunks had their turn, because might as well put in Vegeta in there just in case. So, Bojack then proceeded, of course, to kill Gohan, but then, Haru tried to rescue him. Sadly, Zangia got in the way, and for the first time we've ever saw this, even went full power, as in the red hair, light green skin form that Bojack transforms into. This is the first time we see Zangia in that form. Might as well give her a little bit of a perks before she's disintegrated. So, and then Goku uses the instant transmission because he's already dead, saved Gohan from Bojack, but only for a brief moment because, like I said, he was in the other world, so he can't be there for long, only to be Gohan's guardian angel. So, Haru was having a little bit of trouble against Zangia as the two were completely neck and neck. But, of course, a newly recovered Vegeta's final flash was able to save her, killing Zangia and partially saving the world. So, Bojack in full power defeated both Haru and Vegeta pretty instantly, until Gohan went Super Saiyan 2, vowing to make his father proud, and proceeded by destroying Bujin Bido and Bojack in Super Saiyan 2, and the Earth was saved once again. So, hi Bojack, bye Bojack, good to have you mate, sorry mate, you died. Ah well, alright, next one. Now, the final movie villains, and these two movie characters in general, are Janemba and Tapion. Yeah, that's right, Tapion is canon, or Tapion, I keep, whichever you like to pronounce it, but my mind and my mouth is more used to saying Tapion, so I think that's what I'm probably going to be calling him. Sorry for the confusion last time, because I thought that was how it was pronounced. Now it's not pronounced, but Tapion is definitely the one. So next time when we get Tapion in one of my videos, I'll be calling him Tapion. So, well, with Janemba, this takes place when Goku returns to the other world, and he was looking for Gohan. He comes across that the check-in station was completely covered by a marble-like substance, where he saw Paikon and King Yemma was poorly trapped inside by Janemba. So, with Paikon's help, mostly, Goku was mostly able to beat him quite easily, using Super Saiyan 3 to land the final blow. Unfortunately, he indeed transforms into Super Janemba and proved that it was entirely useless against him. Sorry, Goku. Had your shot. Super Saiyan 3 just isn't enough nowadays. But luckily, Vegeta showed up to save the day. Just in time, just like in the Fusion Reborn movie. So, sadly though, after defeating both Saiyans, Janemba was truly invincible. But then Goku had an idea about fusing, which of course Vegeta refuses at first. But then, after a long talk and a powerful speech, Vegeta does fuse with Goku, but then becomes Veku, the failed attempt. It's just a little bit of comedy relief, and who does not like Veku? I'm going to leave you to think on that. But after one failed attempt and Paikon's help, and I know he was already canon from the beginning, but in the Haruverse, he's canon to the Buu Saga. Let us welcome to the Buu Saga, Gogeta. So Gogeta was born, and Janemba was no more. So Vegeta then returned to the underworld, and Goku finds Gohan's location. Now, skipping forward after the Buu Saga, Haru contacts Gohan and Videl that he sees a man trying to commit suicide. That man was Hoi. They, of course, save him, of course. But then he asks him to call upon Shenron in order to open the music box containing Tapion the Hero. Well, this is going to be good. They were successful in gaining the Dragon Balls, but not only that, they managed to unlock Tapion, who was a little reluctant at first and was a bit on edgy because, Hirudegon's inside him and that. His brother kind of got flattened, and so he decided to be insulted for a while until Hoi revealed his true evil intentions and, well, basically he just did the smart thing and ran away before summoning the other half of Hirudegon only a few minutes later. So the final battle did begin, of course, as normally, where Hirudegon reaches full potential. Goku, Gohan, and Goten and Haru do indeed fight Hirudegon first, but then, of course, Vegeta would later show up, and for the first time in the Haruverse, he goes Super Saiyan 3 just to get knocked out by the less powerful Hirudegon. So then after that, Gotenks comes in and does his thing. Hirudegon becomes his full power form. Then the events do happen like normal, but when Tapion asks Trunks to kill him, Haru does step in and just be like, when Tapion's ready to die, he's just like, Trunks, I got him, you need to kill me now. But then Haru stepped in and was like, You can't be serious. You can't put all that expectation on the one little boy. Don't you understand? Besides, is the whole universe really worth one life? The life of a best friend? But that was all little to vain for. Hirudegon did awaken from Tapion. Tapion's ocarina got flipping destroyed, just like in the original. But then, thanks to Super Saiyan 3 Goku's Dragon Fist, Hirudegon was no more. And so Bulma was able to fix up another time machine, which she based off the design from Cell's time machine, which she still left over for the Goku Black Saga, if you remember. Then, after that, and only after that, Tapion gave his sword to Trunks, and then he left to his own timeline, just like in the original. And keep in mind, this sword will come in handy later on when we get to the GT Saga, so little something nice for Trunks, so good luck, Trunks. Anyway, and so the final event, and he's already canon, by the way, but we go back so many years later to the time where Planet Vegeta was still remained as a whole. We are going back to the time where Bardock is alive. So Bardock is already canon, but this is, to be honest, this is actually a prologue to the Dragon Ball Super Broly story, but I'm not going to go into the beef between Bardock or King Vegeta yet, but it will be mentioned in the actual saga, so you'll still get some angry Paragus moments. So, after a day on a certain patrol, Bardock and his team, Borgos, Fascia, Sagush, and Tora, were called back to Planet Vegeta on Frieza's orders. However, just like in the original Dragon Ball Minus manga, Bardock was a little suspicious about his motives until a mortal that is made of the stars themselves, which surprised everyone, and even had Fascia attacking her at one point. But then Bardock just called her back because he could be interested by this. And so the being of pure starlight warns Bardock and tells him about the future of the Saiyans before passing out and then waking up by Tora shaking him up. So his friends do worry, but Bardock was completely okay. However, he knew what Frieza was up to. Some of them called him crazy, but thanks to Sagush's little tactics, he managed to get a little live feed from Frieza's scouter, only to proving the point. So Bardock's team ain't messing around with this one. So, back on Planet Vegeta, Bardock returns home to his wife Gine and visits his son Kakarot, while getting changed into his green armor that we've seen as we've seen Bardock originally before Dragon Ball Super Broly. So he then tells Gine on what Frieza is about to do, and then after a little like emotional chat and you know, between mother and father, they decide to send Kakarot away from the destruction of their home planet Vegeta. So, and of course this is very emotional. So you know, if I will, if you need tissues, I can give you tissues for this. But after saying their tearful goodbyes to their son, and Gine just would not stop crying the entire time, Kakarot was then sent away from Earth for sent away to Earth for the future of the Saiyan race, and so. Bardock then proceeds to go after Frieza. Gine tries to just have him because she's lost her son. She doesn't want to lose her husband too. But then Bardock turned around and just ensured Gine that he was going to be okay, and by saying, "Someone's going to go up there. Someone's going to have to change the future. So don't worry, I'll be back soon." And so he puts on his red bandana and gathers all those in fear to charge forward to Frieza in hopes of changing the future, just like in the Bardock special, only with like a good handful of Saiyans at Bardock's side. So Bardock then comes face to face with Frieza as he prepares a supernova. Bardock does try indeed to stop it with the Riot Javelin, but that fails. But then he tries to push it back with a full power energy wave, but it is slowly not working. So the fiery wrath of Frieza closes in once more. Gine in the planet service prays with tears in her eyes and says, "Kakarot, be safe, be strong, I love you." And the Gine is then disintegrated with the planet. But just before dying, Bardock also says, and this is why I think that, you know, Bardock is more fatherly in DBZ Broly than I do with anything else, because Bardock, I like the new Bardock. I just all to say about that, but the Haru Bardock is just as likable. Don't worry. So Bardock then says, "Make us proud, Kakarot!" And so the Saiyan planet was no more, but the future was all but ensured. For there were a few surviving Saiyans: Raditz, Nappa, Vegeta, Broly, and Kakarot still left alive. And with that, that is the end of the episode. So, if you enjoyed this video, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and stay tuned for the next time one of these episodes comes out after the Christmas break. It will be the Prison Planet Saga. But I would like to thank you so much for watching this video. I really do appreciate all the support. Should Haru of the Stars get a future in the near future? Only time will tell. So, thank you so much for watching this video, and I can't wait to see you next time. Bye-bye!